With this warfare insignia comes the responsibility of maintaining a moral compass that reflects the trust that we put in you to wear it. You've broken that trust.
The pulling of the Tridents. What was it like to create that scene, Jared? Because you were instrumental in that on the page, and then to actually see it brought to life, and to see Taylor and Hops up there.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, but I guess fortunately for this sequence here, this scene, I lived it. I had my bird removed, and so I was able to kind of
unjustly, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's throw that.
That's what we're going with. Unjustly.
Yeah.
But had lived that experience, and so working with Dave and Jack and of course Taylor, creative team, just putting that on the page, and trying to match what I felt in that moment, and my reasoning was not near as cool as Ben's reasoning, but it's trying to get that right. And once again, from a guy that lived it, I can say we nailed it, and Ben with, and Rafe in that moment, and the weight of that moment. I think it was on point. Well done.
Yeah. What did it feel like to be up there, Taylor, and have that?
Oh man, you're sick, genuinely sick to your stomach. And I'm in the waiting area, and everyone's waiting for Hop and I to get out of that Cox's room or area, right? We're coming out of that building and walking right down the pipe.
Yep.
And credit Mendoza as well, of really both Shazi and Mendoza doing it exactly how it's done. So no acting required, to be honest. You're so already like in the headspace of Ben, and when you talk to Shaw or Mendoza on the day, you just have to understand what that means, and so you just play the stakes at an 11 of like stripping a guy of course tangibly this bird, but what that represents is so much deeper. You're stripping that purpose away, and I think there's a moment actually in the helicopter where Ben kind of breaks, and I didn't plan on that. It was a moment that I looked over to Hop, to Rafe, and he was across from me. And you're understanding that, man, this decision didn't just turn your life upside down. You just genuinely turned Rafe's upside down, and the guilt with that just erupted through me, and you just break because you just feel fucking terrible. And obviously Rafe's past is so storied with his father and all this, and what that is going to represent to him moving forward. Like, does he tell his family? Are you honest about it? Like, where does he go?
Right.
And whose shoulders are these on, So the weight of that, and doing that scene, and thank God we did that scene before the helicopter as well.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're just trying to play the stakes and understand of just the depth of what that means.
Yeah.
There's really, there is
another moment that you're like, yeah, sorry, David.
I was going to say, it's fascinating, right? Because there's a direct correlation and line between the scene we were talking about around the fire and that moment in the helicopter.
Long live the Brotherhood. Long live the Brotherhood.
For those of us who have not been part of the community, who don't have access to that, right? We have to understand the level of brotherhood that's shared, right? The level of friendship, the shared experiences. And like, I remember, Jack, when we were talking about the pilot, back when we were breaking the story, we kind of talked about it as like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, right? And that's right. Reese before everything happened. Like, he was King Arthur, right? And Ben's like Lancelot or somebody, right? You've got this, like, just each guy has their unique personalities, but because of that shared warrior ethos, the bond is so strong. And so if you get kicked out of that round table, you get kicked out of that, you're stripped of the thing that defines you, right? Like what survives?
You know, man, I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna apologize for what I did to Algebri. I'm not. But I am sorry for what it did to you.
I don't know who wrote that line, but it was beautiful of in the hotel where Ben is like, I'd do this all over again. I'm sorry for what it did to you. I'm not sorry for what I did, but I'm sorry for what it did to you.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful line.
That's Max's script there, and really, and Max, who again is an operator as well, right? I think really.
Yeah.
Jared sharing that experience in the writer's room, by the way. Like, Jared, you're so open about kind of walking us all through that. I remember that, when we were talking about how we're going to pull this off. And then Max, having the...
And Cox, LaMonica.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, let's talk about LaMonica for...
We gave him those lines.
LaMonica
right?
deserves all the props.
LaMonica crushes. And his got edited down, right? Didn't we have to edit it down?
No,
a little bit.
No,
yeah.
Just a hair.
Some of it,
I mean, it's hard to edit out
one
LaMonica
line,
stuff.
Yeah, I think it did though, because I think it was like a 20-minute thing, and we're like, oh, geez, that's an hour and 20 minutes now. But it was so good. But he crushes in there when he's talking about the Trident and what it means when you take it and all that. And he's explaining this to the CIA people and a couple others in the room, and it's so powerful, so good.
Oh, you need that.
Yeah. 58 weeks. 58 of the hardest weeks ever designed by man to become a SEAL. 8 weeks prep, 3 weeks basic orientation. First 3 phases, 7 weeks each. SQT, 26 weeks. Only 1 in 5 men who attempt our pipeline make it through. 20%. What it takes to earn this pen might seem silly to most, especially folks like you. But the Trident is the most tangible sign of membership to the most exclusive fraternity on planet fucking Earth. And when my men die, the dead carry their brothers' tridents with them to the grave. So let's be clear. That's what you're taking from them.
And that was Max. That was Max that wrote that whole monologue, and to me it's fascinating, a whole monologue about the SEAL teams and the bird and all that, written by an Army Ranger, and just
cool.
Yeah, crushed it.
So cool.
Mm-hmm. So good. So good. Thank you for tuning in to the Dark Wolf Season 1 podcast. If you like this video, check out The Fourth Option, my upcoming novel, May 12th, coming in hot, hardcover ebook and audiobook. Find the trailer here and the author insight video